Hi, everyone. I hope you're having a great day. I have a little story to read to you. It's called The Whispering Rabbit, and it's kind of a nice story about a bunny and a bee and a couple other animals that you'll hear about during the story. I hope you enjoy it. Spring has sprung. It looks like a great day out there. Once there was a sleepy little rabbit who began to yawn. Oh, and he yawned and he yawned and he yawned and he yawned. Hmm. He opened his little rabbit mouth when he yawned until he could see the white of his teeth and the round at the pink in the back of his throat. He yawned and he yawned until suddenly a bee flew into his mouth and he swallowed the bee. There it goes. "Hoo, hoo," said a big round owl. "Always keep your paw in front of your mouth when you yawn," hooted the owl. "Rabbits never do that," said the sleepy little rabbit. "Silly rabbit," said the owl, and he flew away. The little rabbit wanted to call after the owl. He opened his mouth to speak, but the bumblebee was curled up and asleep in his throat, and all the little rabbit could do was whisper. "What shall I do?" he whispered to a squirrel who wasn't sleepy. "Wake him up," said the squirrel. "Wake up the bumblebee." "How?" whispered the rabbit. "All I can do is whisper, and I'm sleepy and I want to go to sleep. But who can sleep with a bumblebee?" Suddenly, a wise old groundhog popped up out of the ground. "All I can do is whisper," said the little rabbit. "All the better," said the groundhog. "Come on, little rabbit," he said, "and I'll whisper to you how to wake up a bumblebee. You have to make the littlest noise that you can possibly make, because a bumblebee doesn't bother about big noises. He's a very little bumblebee, and he only is interested in little noises." "Like a loud whisper?" asked the rabbit. "Too loud," said the groundhog, and he popped back into his hole. "A little noise," whispered the rabbit, and he started making little rabbit noises. "Doop, doop, 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 doop." He made a noise as quiet as the sound of a bird's wing cutting the air. But the bee didn't wake up. So the little rabbit made the sound of snow falling. But the bee didn't wake up. So the little rabbit made the sound of a bug breathing and a fly sneezing and grass rustling and a firefighter thinking. Still, the bee did not wake up. So the rabbit sat and thought of all the little sounds that he could think of. What could they be? A sound as quiet as snow melting? Quiet as a flower growing? Quiet as an egg resting in its shell? Quiet as? And suddenly he knew the noise that would make, and he made it. It was like a little chick or a click made hundreds of miles away by a bumblebee in an apple tree in full bloom on a mountaintop. It was the very smallest click of a bee swallowing some honey from an apple blossom. I wonder what that sounded like. Can you make that sound? And at that little sound, the bee woke up and he thought he was missing something, so he flew away. He closed his mouth, he closed his eyes, he closed his ears and tucked in his paws and twitched his nose, and off he went to sleep. Good night. I hope you enjoyed that story. Bye.